At the break of dawn, when golden light touches the forests of West Africa, a story of a woman who shook an empire across the Ashanti Kingdom. The drums whisper her name. Yaa Asantewaa. The Ashanti Empire stood mighty and proud, a civilization of rich culture, sacred tradition, and the legendary Golden Stool, the soul of the Ashanti people. But as the 19th century drew to a close, shadows of colonial power crept closer. Born in the town of Bassis, Yaa Asantewaa grew up strong and wise. She farmed the land, nurtured her community, and carried a spirit fiercer than anyone knew. When her brother became chief of Egypt, she stepped into her destiny as Queen Mother, the voice of justice, wisdom, and leadership. But the peace she guarded so dearly was about to shatter. In 1896, calamity struck. The Ashanti king, Prempa I, was arrested by the British, taken away in chains. Alongside him, several high chiefs were exiled, leaving the kingdom bleeding and leaderless. The empire trembled. Mothers wept. Chiefs lowered their heads. But one woman refused to bow. Yaa Asantewaa watched her people break, and something fierce awakened within her. Then came the greatest insult of all. British Governor Frederick Hodgson stood boldly before the elders and spoke words that shook the kingdom. "Where is the Golden Stool? Why am I not sitting on it?" The chiefs froze in horror. Their sacred symbol, demanded by a foreigner. Silence filled the room until one voice shattered it. Yaa Asantewaa stood and addressed the council. "Now I have seen that some of you fear to go forward to fight for our king. If it were in the brave days of Osei, Tutu, and Opoku, where chiefs would not sit down to see their king taken away without firing a shot. Is it true that the bravery of the Ashanti is no more? I cannot believe it. It cannot be. We will fight until the last of us falls on the battlefield." Fear faded. Courage returned. A queen mother had awakened the spirit of a nation. Under Yaa Asantewaa's command, the Ashanti mobilized. Villagers sent warriors. Blacksmiths forged weapons. Messengers ran through forests with war cries. She became the commander of the rebellion, the first woman in Ashanti history to lead a war. The British had underestimated her. They would not do so again. In March 1900, the Ashanti forces struck. They surrounded the British fort at Kumasi, sealing off escape routes. Drums thundered through the night. War cries shook the earth. 4 months, Yaa Asantewaa's warriors held the siege. Fierce, unrelenting, unstoppable. The British were stunned. This was not just resistance. This was revolution. But the British Empire was vast. Reinforcements arrived. Thousands of soldiers armed with powerful weapons. The battle grew brutal. Villages burned. The forest echoed with the sorrow of war. Still, Yaa Asantewaa refused to retreat. But the weight of an empire is heavy, even for a lion-hearted queen. One by one, the Ashanti were overwhelmed, captured, scattered. Eventually, Yaa Asantewaa herself was taken prisoner. Even in chains, she stood unbroken, a queen in spirit, undefeated in dignity. The British exiled her to the Seychelles Islands, far from her homeland. She would never see Ashanti again. But what they failed to understand was this: you can imprison a body, but you can never cage a legend. Yaa Asantewaa passed away in exile in 1921, but her fire lived on. In 1924, King Prempa returned to the Ashanti Kingdom, and his first tribute was to honor the woman who had kept their spirit alive. Today, Yaa Asantewaa stands as one of Africa's greatest icons of resistance, a symbol of courage, a defender of her people, a queen whose roar still echoes across centuries. She was not born with a sword in her hand. She did not come from a line of warriors, but when destiny called, say rose. This is the story of Yaa Asantewaa, the queen who defied an empire, the mother of courage, the flame that will never die.